Alright guys, so the new category stages are out for Super Battle Road. They are incredibly difficult. From what I've seen, it does appear as though the Realm of God stage may be the hardest one that is currently in Super Battle Road. So one of the units that I think will really help with this, and he could also be very good on Villain Super Battle Road and then also the Patara Super Battle Road, is this INT ZAMASU right here. He heals, he can reduce damage, he has good defense. I think he'll be a very good defensive unit for these Super Battle Road stages. So I'm going to go ahead and rainbow this guy, and then let's also test him out on a stage. Alright guys, so we will go ahead and hop into an event with a Realm of Gods theme like this. So INT ZAMASU, he is on 3 separate categories. He's on the Patara category, he is on the Realm of Gods category, and he also does fit in on the Future category. Now, in terms of the Future category, I would say all those like Goku Black and ZAMASU type units, they do fit on all of the teams, I would say. Maybe Realm of Gods a bit more than the others, but the units, you know, they do fit pretty good. Because, like, you know, LR Goku Black is a prepare for battle unit, of course, so he does fit pretty well in terms of the Future team, right? With Future Gohan, it's not really so much of a concern. Alright, but I decided to go ahead and hop into the Jiren event. The Jiren event is probably the hardest event in the game outside of the Ultra Instinct Goku. Ultra Instinct Goku probably is the hardest one, I would say. Definitely, if more so than anything, just the fact that you have the stage where you more than likely have to go ahead and drop an item. You know, when it becomes time for Goku to toss that Super Spirit Bomb out, you probably have to use a Baba, unless you get like really lucky and he's attacking like the last slot in the rotation. Ooh, that's Vegito Blue, 1.5 million attack stat without using his 12 key super basically at all. He does link up very well with Blue Vegeta, and then God of Destruction Topo on the same rotation too. Holy shit, are these two Super Saiyan Blues showing out with God of Destruction Topo around, my boy. Wow. God of Destruction Topo, of course, being a very good support type unit, 35% to attack and defense. I actually was very much considering rainbowing God of Destruction Topo as well. But he doesn't really... He's not important. Also, ZAMASU can't really do anything right here for now. Not a big deal. I do have to get him linked up with LR Goku Black, though. Maybe it would be best if we push ZAMASU off right now so that he can kind of get linked up with LR Goku Black. Like, ZAMASU is... I rainbowed him more as a defensive type unit. He was very crucial for me getting through the Realm of Gods category stage on Super Battle Road. Realm of Gods was one of the hardest ones for sure. One of the reasons for that, too, is because every stage on that Realm of Gods stage, there was so many enemies, like just dripping with enemies left and right. So a unit like ZAMASU that has high defense, he lowers damage by a percentage, you know, like Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta or something does. And of course, he also heals. He just covers so many defensive bases that he was absolutely crucial to getting through that Realm of God stage. I don't regret rainbowing him for that purpose because he was so helpful. And he will also be very helpful when eventually the Future arc gets a Super Battle Road stage as well. I'm sure all the categories will eventually get a Super Battle Road stage. So INT ZAMASU will come into play again for that. But as of right now, I don't have enough INT orbs to actually rainbow the LR Goku, the reward Goku, because of the fact that I put so many orbs into INT ZAMASU. But it was definitely worth it because INT ZAMASU did come in incredibly clutch in those stages. Alright, so we'll probably... Let me get God of Destruction Topo off rotation here, because I do want him to link up with... Well, not really link up, but I want him on rotation with Zamasu and then LR Goku Black. So we can see pretty much what Zamasu will top out with in terms of an attack stat. Again, him doing damage, that's not really so much what he's designed to do. I would say damage for the INT ZAMASU is more of a cherry on top than anything, right? Again, factoring in like his healing and all those other things, those are much more relevant. So let's have him block the damage by Jiren right here. Hopefully Jiren will super attack as well, so we can really see just how much Zamasu is capable of tanking. And then that healing factor of his is not to be underrated. So 670,000, again, taking into effect his great defense and then his damage reduction. Wow, still 75k. And then I think Jiren did lower his defense after that. Otherwise, he wouldn't be taking any damage whatsoever. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That was a lot more damage than I was expecting right there. What the fuck? Yo, I thought Zamasu was going to take like 20k. 75? What? This man, Jiren. Yo, 75k? Nani? Now, I know Zamasu, again, he has an attack and defensive buff that he gets. And then the more health you have, the greater the buff is, right? Like LR Bojack or even Tech Super Saiyan 4 Ultra Full Power Goku. But still, it's like, holy shit, that was a lot of damage he took, bro. Okay, so, our health was pretty high, but I still am going to be curious to see exactly how Zamasu is going to be able to output damage right here with God of Destruction Topo around. So here we go. This is a good test of what our boy Zamasu is capable of doing. So let's see right here. So about 3,000. Again, I think his defense 800k. 800k, huh? All right, I guess that's not too bad. Was his defense lowered? Well, now his defense is definitely going to be lowered. Because when Jiren super attacks, he does lower defense. Another reason he's actually a bit of a difficult boss is because after that, he will be able to do more damage after he supers, right? Like, I've seen that before on many different units. So, like, that's a very pointless effect, like, on a character, right? Like, you know, so Jiren lowers defense on super or whatever. Pretty pointless, you know, for, like, his actual unit. But in terms of, like, the boss event, that does make the boss event a little tougher. Jiren does lower defense on his super attack, right? Yeah, he does. Okay. For a second, I was like, wait a minute. Did I get that mixed up with Blue Vegeta? But no, they both do. Okay, well, hey, we're going to be able to heal a lot of health with these INT-type orbs right here. And then Blue Vegeta as well. So this fight is actually probably over. The Vegeta and Goku rotation right here is going to absolutely dominate. I love LR Vegito Blue in events like this too, where you could just use that 12 key super of his to stack that attack and defense of his, and it just makes him such a good unit. And then LR Vegito Blue, his defensive capabilities too, in just reducing damage, even in, like, you know, the Super Battle Road stages, he is one of the better units you can run. So that's the thing that did help out Realm of Gods. Like, Realm of Gods has so much, like, defensive firepower and offensive firepower that's why they made that stage so difficult by filling, like, every fight with, like, 4 or 5 fuckers, is because of the fact that you have so many, like, really good, like, two-way options. Good offensively and defensively, like LR Vegito Blue, Ultra Instinct Goku's like that. Zamasu is more of a defensive type unit, but, you know, in the right situations, he could probably do a little bit of damage as well. But more so, the little healing and defense combination that Zamasu was able to build with LR Goku Black, like, I credit that rotation a lot with taking down the Realm of Gods category stage. So let's go ahead and take a look at this Zamasu. This is Utopia Realized Zamasu. His leader skill is Extreme types, HP attack and defense 80%. His super attack is the Fierce God Slicer, which does supreme damage and recovers 7% HP. His passive skill, Divine Revelation, reduces damage received by 40%. Then he raises his attack and defense up to 60%. The more HP remaining, the greater the stats buff. His links are Power Bestowed by God, Cold Judgment, Prodigies, Godly Power, Dismal Future, Fear and Faith, and Fierce Battle. A couple of those links might be kind of hard to get, but Power Bestowed by God would be good on the Potara team. That is very helpful. 12k multiplier, 145%. That's actually pretty damn good. 12k multiplier of 145%. And the last thing is he is on 3 categories, of course. The Realm of Gods category, where I would say this guy was an absolute lifesaver for taking down that stage. He's also on the Potara team, where realistically, I would say running him on the Potara team is also an incredibly smart thing to do. Again, that healing, the damage reduction, as well as the good defense, all 3 of those things will help out on all 3 of these stages. So if you are someone who's having a little bit of trouble at the Potara category stage, I feel like if that's a stage you can't beat, you're probably the closest to being able to beat that than a lot of the other stages. And this INT ZAMASU really could be all you need to get over the hump. And then, of course, he is also in the Future category, where I predict that this INT ZAMASU will be absolutely huge in terms of taking down that stage. I think the SCR Rage Trunks will probably be big in taking down that stage as well. For the Future category. There's also the AGL LR Future Trunks. Actually, let's take a quick look at that category, because again, I do think we're going to see all categories eventually get Super Battle Road stages. So you do have Future Gohan. He's a solid defensive unit. INT ZAMASU, the SCR Rage Trunks, LR Vegito Blue again. Oh yeah, I actually think the Future category will be pretty easy. You have a lot of units just built, ready to go to take that down. Then you can fill it out LR Goku Black, and then probably the physical LR Trunks as well. After he super attacks, he's able to buff his defense by a good amount, so he will be able to be a solid option there as well. So can't wait to run this INT ZAMASU again once the Future category gets added to Super Battle Road. But for now, he was a big hand in completing the Realm of Gods one. Thanks y'all for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.